Good morning. I just woke up. I'm in the process of writing a book. My name is Marcus Anderson. I'm a writer, a musical performer. Go by the name of Zook, Z-O-O-K. For anybody that don't know me, because I didn't get big or nothing like that. I made up to myself that, when I was kind of done with my music career, which most artists never truly finish. They just move on to other stuff while they continue to make music. Because real artists always paint. Real artists always draw. Real artists always make music. So whether I'm making music to publish or not, I'm still going to always make music. But I decided about a year and a half ago that, as moving on, there's still stuff I want to do. I like writing. I wrote 2 movie scripts like in my 20s and stuff. Stuff just to do it. And so I wanted to write a book. And my book, I wanted to be kind of reality based, kind of self-help. And really it was more for me. It was me helping me. I write the book and it helps me. And maybe there's other people who may have, experienced life maybe a little bit similar to me, and maybe it's relatable. But in that process, it was like boring. Like, when you write, anything you do, even if you go to work 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, 12 hours a day, you want it to be something that you enjoy. Because if you got to go do something you don't like for any amount of hours per day, it could lead to you not wanting to live the next day. So you always have to do something that's enjoyable. So it was kind of boring writing a self-help book, especially because I had people to talk to, and it wasn't like that was the only outlet that I had. Like when we were kids and we were writing music, like music was the only outlet. Like as kids, we couldn't come to each other and be like, hey man, my mom's on dope. Shit's fucked up. How about you? You know what I mean? You hold that kind of shit in and you just release it in other ways, whether it's through sports, whether it's through music. Some people did it in the streets. I found positive outlets to let my shit out. And same thing I do now. So in the process, I said, this is boring. And I said, I want to write something epic. I want to write something like fucking Star Wars or some shit that'll fucking live forever. Some crazy way out, really use your brain type shit. Like anybody could sit up here and write about shit that, you would talk about with a counselor. That's easy. 1,000,000 people have done it and got rich off of it. It's not my goal. When I made music, my goal wasn't to get rich. My goal was to make good music. So stepping into the genre of book writing, it ain't about money. It's about getting shit off your brain and coming up with great shit and shit that people can relate to and enjoy. Or whether it helps them, like self-help, or whether it just takes their mind away from their daily routine for a couple hours a day. That's what writers do. And just so happens I am a writer. I can't run from the shit. I used to say I'm an artist. I'm not a rapper. I'm an artist. Then I got to a point where I wouldn't even say I'm an artist. I just say I'm a writer. You know what I mean? And I wasn't even really trying to write for other people, which I did. But, that wasn't my main focus. It was just writing. I wouldn't give a fuck. I just love writing. So about 4 days ago, the heat was on. It's cold as fuck up here right now. And the heat was on. It was like 3:40 in the morning. And I woke up hot as fuck because I got like 12 covers on the bed right now. And the heat was on. It was at like 79. And I went downstairs and it was like 77. It was hot as fuck. I cut the heat off and I came upstairs to go back to bed, and I laid in the bed, but I was so hot, I grabbed the water. We got a refrigerator in the bedroom, so I grabbed the water out the fridge. Nice and cold, kind of shocked to the system a little bit. Then my stomach turned a little bit, and as I laid down, I said, well, I got to shit, I think. So we had a restroom in the bathroom, a restroom in the bedroom, or connected to the bedroom, I should say. So I go take a shit. And as I'm sitting here taking a shit, with this coronavirus and And this quarantine coming up, I'm saying, damn, you know, because me personally, I still have to go to work. Unfortunately. Fortunately, my wife is lucky enough that she can work from home 5 days a week. I was in a process that I was in position, according to the paperwork, that I thought I was going to be able to work from home, telework. For whatever reason, that was denied. That's still pending as of right now, but just so happens that the union approved 40 hours paid time, 2/3 of the time. If you're taking care of someone else, it's full time if you're sick. Of course, I'm not sick. I'm feeling probably just about as healthy as I ever felt. So that's why if I got the coronavirus, I'm keeping that shit because I feel good as fuck. And for the last 2 years, I've been feeling like shit. And right before the coronavirus came out, I started feeling good as fuck. And if I got the fucking coronavirus, I'm keeping it. And you better hope I give you the fucking coronavirus that I got because I feel fucking amazing. Like physically, spiritually, mentally. It just feels so clear. It feels more clear than ever. And I'm looking at it saying, well, I'm going to use these 40 hours of, because at the time when I woke up, it wasn't approved yet, the 40 hours, 2/3 pay. And I didn't even understand it at the time, but I was just saying, I'm a little edgy, a little nervous about this virus, and I still got to go to work and be around people, not a lot of people, but still people. People may not be displaying the signs, but you don't have to display the signs with this one. So it just made me a little nervous, and I didn't want to be bringing nothing home. And I'm feeling the best I've felt in years, so I wanted to keep this going. So I'm sitting here thinking, you know, if possible, even if I got to use personal time, I think I'm going to take me some time off. And as I'm sitting here on the toilet, I'm thinking, but while I'm taking this time off, I don't want to just sit here and friggin' play video games. And, you know, you can only clean so much. My house is, you know, decent. It's, you know, most people got something to clean up somewhere, which I could do that, but it's not 2 weeks worth of stuff. My music equipment is in the same office that my wife works out of. So I could work in the headphones, but I said, you know, I'm grown. I want to do something. I want to put my mind to work. And within 2 minutes, you know, because I had a little interaction with God, and it wasn't a verbal out loud, it was a mental, and it was just a, come on, God, keep me busy. I do not want to idle mind for 80 hours in the next 2 weeks. That will be detrimental to me. You know, that might take me backwards to the way I feel mentally. And within those couple of minutes, I did just download it instantly. And it's a great story. And I sat there amazed that, like, literally 2/3 of the story downloaded to my brain like that. From concept to beginning to where I'm at the 2/3 stage of the story. And I was going back to get into bed. And of course, I wiped and everything like that. And I was going back to get into bed, and I looked at my phone, and it was, you know, close to 4 o'clock, something like that. And I said, I'm going to go to sleep, and I'm going to wake up tomorrow, and I'm going to forget that I ever had this idea. So I grabbed my phone, and I started typing in the title of the story. I got nervous because I thought my wife was going to wake up and look at me and think I was texting somebody. But, of course, I mean, everything's documented. It has a timestamp and everything on it. But it's so amazing. And this is for all the writers. I'm going to come back here and there every so often, every few days, just to check in, let you know how I'm doing. And if you writing, or if it's anything that you're doing in life, I want to keep you motivated at what you're doing. Because the idea can come like that, but everything else is work. All right, time to get to work, y'all. 1.